There currently exists in our society a pipeline between schools and very negative things like unemployment, prison, reliance on social services. And unfortunately, special education students are disproportionately impacted by this pipeline. Even amongst our diverse state, we have a mosaic of special education cultures that are very different from each other, that produce very different results. Therefore, it ends up becoming a lottery of where in the state you happen to be educated as to whether you, as a person with a disability or a student with a disability, are able to gain access to independence and stability later on in life, or whether you suffer the negative effects of this pipeline: prison, unemployment, social assistance, other things. For example, comparing two neighboring counties who aren't identified in this discussion. County A has a graduation rate for students with disabilities that mirrors their graduation rate for non-disabled students. However, their neighboring county, in County B, the graduation rate for disabled students is half the graduation rate of their non-disabled students. Examining proficiency on the exams that we give in the state produce similar trends. Some districts provide access to a high-quality education, while others provide a segregated system. It's recognized that in Brown versus Board of Education that separate is not equal, that segregation produces inequity, and that in order to address that inequity, we need to desegregate systems. And though we've done so along the lines of race, we still have systems in place in our state that continue to segregate education for students with disabilities. At a high school level, special education teachers are only required to demonstrate the same content expertise as elementary school teachers. So, whether a school district provides access to inclusion in core content areas, English, math, science, social studies, inclusion being inclusion in general education classes for students with disabilities, if a school provides inclusion, can be a major factor in determining the outcomes for their disabled students. In my research, I will identify school districts that have high rates of inclusion and high rates of proficiency, and I will interview school leaders there to determine why they have these great successes. Similarly, I will identify districts with low inclusion and low proficiency rates, and I'll interview school leaders to help determine what barriers they perceive are in place. Hopefully this research can contribute to a body of knowledge that will help address equity issues within our state. Perhaps through research like this, we can close the cultural gap within special education and ensure a high quality of education across California.